Hey you dirty birds, we only have one more episode till season 2 is done, but there still remains a ton of mystery as to how this season will end, so in this video we're going to break down all those tiny little details and theorize where this train will be headed. My puns are terrible. The episode begins where episode 7 left off, Pop running away from the crowd which has become hypnotized by the kid statue. We still don't know why some of the people in the town are drawn to this statue through this sound while others aren't. In fact, this question is brought up in the episode, but no one seems to have an answer. I'm hoping this will be addressed next episode, or I will be very disappointed. Pop heads back to the Emporium Galorium where he searches for the letters between Dale Lacey, the former Shawshank prison warden, and Alan Pangborn, the former Castle Rock sheriff. It's likely Pop saw a resemblance between the statue and the drawings of the kid and has started to realize there's a connection between these letters and what's happening with the townspeople. He pulls out this letter which I've deciphered using other clips later on in the episode, and it reads, "Alan, there are many faces in the dark, but the eyes are always blank and the gaze is always ravenous. So debate the gaze every day or be consumed. No children of our kind, Alan, hostages to fortune, don't stand alone." The most striking word here is ravenous, as we've seen the title of Annie's father's book, The Ravening Angel. Another hint that the angel is referring to the kid and his blank, dark gaze. Below the letter is a map of the tunnel system, which I wonder how big this system really is. And if Pop comes back next episode, which I'm sure he will, I'll get to that in a bit, will he use it to get back to the others? We're then reintroduced to Martha Lacey, Dale Lacey's widow who sold her home in Castle Rock shortly after the death of her husband. We're likely outside of Castle Rock here in a retirement home since the lights are still working and we know Castle Rock has been cut off from the outside world. Unfortunately for her, one of Ace's men is waiting. We know that once one of the spirits of the settlers takes over her body, they will have access to her memories, and that's exactly what Ace wants. Perhaps Martha knows something about what Dale was doing with the kid he believes is the angel Amity tasked him with finding. We see now that her vision has been cured, but the only new information Ace gets is that Dale and Alan Pangborn used to send each other letters which are now in the possession of Pop Merrill. If he's going to find the whereabouts of the kid, who he finds a missing persons poster of, he'll need to get his hands on these letters. Pop and Nadia meet up with Chance, who is also not affected by the hypnotizing sound, and are saved by Abdi. They head for shelter in Pop's shop, and for a place which sells a bunch of junk, has a pretty advanced panic room type defense system. It seems Pop, who we didn't see last episode, has been hard at work preparing pressure cooker bombs, perhaps a skill he learned while fighting in the army. And for a place that's supposed to be pretty damn tough to get into, Annie, Jamal, and Evelyn are able to get in with an axe. Yes, a slight nod to The Shining. The problem with 3 new people joining them on the inside is that they don't know if one of them could be an assassin under Ace's control, hence their interrogation. Annie is ruled out since she tells Pop about the underground tunnels and the tombs underneath the construction site. Evelyn, I have no idea why she's even in this episode. She doesn't provide anything to the story and just gets shot later. Finally, we have Jamal, who Pop is able to deduce is under Ace's control since the hole where his earring used to be is completely healed up. Nadia saves Pop in the tussle, and we see she's come prepared with vials of Haldol, the drug which can temporarily suspend Ace and the settlers' control over their host. Jamal, or should I say the settler in control of him, tells Nadia that tomorrow at dusk she returns, meaning Amity. Beetles emerge, signaling the arrival of Ace and his men. The reason they haven't blown the place apart by now is that Pop has something Ace wants and he doesn't want to jeopardize losing it, so he proposes a deal: the letters for their freedom. At the same time, Nadia takes a train schedule from the board. As children, him, Chris, and Abdi would time running away from Ace so he couldn't reach them, a giant mile-long train that takes a half hour before it passes. It would give them enough time to escape. Meanwhile, Annie interrogates Jamal. She's looking for her daughter when she hears yet again the voice of her mother. Remember, she hasn't had her meds for quite some time, and this will likely come into full effect next episode, especially since Joy may be filled with Amity's spirit. The mere mention of losing her sister prompts Annie to step stab Jamal in the eyes with syringes, killing him and any chance they could use him for information. In the commotion, Pop steals some Haldol, which I think is the most important part of the episode in uncovering what might happen next. In his final confrontation with Ace, Pop's suicide vest doesn't go off, but we saw just moments ago that Pop takes out its batteries. Prior to that, we see him injecting a large amount of Haldol, and we know if your body is filled with antipsychotics during the weaving process, aka the process by which a spirit is imbued in your body, it won't work, similar to what happened to the bartender. We also know that Pop asked Annie for a map of the tunnels, so he definitely has something planned, and it likely involves him waking up from the weaving process and using the tunnels to gain access to the Marston home, or perhaps to where Amity's coffin is. We're just gonna have to stand by for next episode to see exactly what his plan is. Pop tells Ace that he's burned the letters, but Ace tells him he doesn't need them. If they can gain control of Pop, they'll just use him to fish the memories out of him once he's turned. The others, minus Evelyn, rest in peace, make it over the tracks in the nick of time while Pop is shot dead, but he'll definitely be back. While not many new revelations in this episode, I think we're gonna be in for a bunch of surprises next episode. Where is the kid, and what is his connection to all of this? What will happen to Joy, and will the spirit of Amity take over her? I'm excited, I hope you are too. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment about what you thought of the episode below. You can also follow me on Twitter at ThinkStoryYT. Until next time, remember, Daddy loves you very much.